All right, today we're diving into China's medical technology market. And it's a fascinating place right now because you've got these two massive forces just crashing into each other. On one side, there's this incredible pressure to slash costs. But on the other, there's a huge, government-backed push to fast-track innovation. It's a real paradox, and it's completely reshaping the industry.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Is China's medtech market a crushing price squeeze that's going to sink companies, or is it actually a golden opportunity for anyone with truly game-changing technology? And what you're going to see is that the answer, well, it's kind of both, and they're happening at the exact same time.
Okay, let's start with the squeeze. You see, the government has made cost containment a huge priority, and that's creating some pretty serious headwinds for anyone trying to do business there.
And this really lays out the core conflict perfectly. In one corner, you have the headwinds, things like volume-based procurement, which are all about driving prices down. But in the other corner, you have these tailwinds, programs designed to reward and speed up innovation. It's like the government is driving with one foot slammed on the gas and the other on the brake. It's a wild ride.
And look, this isn't just some small-time policy on the side. When you survey people in the industry, they say that volume-based procurement, or VoBP, and this push for price transparency are the two things having the absolute biggest impact. Companies are really feeling the heat here. This is priority number one for them.
To give you a sense of just how dramatic this is, check this out. In just one round of national procurement, the average price of a cochlear implant just plummeted. It went from around 200,000 RMB all the way down to 50,000. I mean, think about that. That's a massive, massive cut. It just shows you the sheer power of these policies.
And don't think this is just a one-and-done kind of thing. It's expanding. These regional procurement programs are now being rolled out in 7 new provinces, and they're targeting 7 brand new categories of medical supplies. The idea is to test these models out and then, eventually, take them nationwide. So the takeaway here is simple. This price pressure isn't going away. In fact, it's getting bigger.
Okay, but at the exact same time that all this price pressure is building up, the government is basically rolling out the red carpet for innovation. This is the other half of the story, these really powerful tailwinds that are pushing the industry in a totally different direction.
And you can see just how serious the government is about this. Just look at the growth in special approvals for innovative devices. It's up by over 440% in just a few years. We're not talking about a trickle here. This is like opening the floodgates for new tech, and it's totally intentional.
So, what's the big deal with this special review pathway? Why is everyone so excited about it? Well, it gives you 3 huge wins. First, it's fast. It lets you cut right through all the usual red tape. Second, you get direct access to top clinical and regulatory experts to guide you. And third, there are some serious financial incentives, with some provinces offering rewards up to 20 million CNY.
And the innovation train doesn't stop there. China is also setting up these special pilot zones, like in Hainan and the Greater Bay Area. And these places allow cutting-edge devices from overseas to be used with actual patients, get this, before they're even fully approved nationwide.
Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is something called real-world evidence, or RWE. Basically, it means that the data you collect from patients using these devices in the pilot zones can then be used to help get the final national approval. And here's the kicker. It's actually working. As of late 2024, 17 different drugs and devices have used this data from Hainan to get the green light across all of China.
So this brings up a huge paradox, right? You've got intense price pressure on everyday devices, but at the same time, you've got a wave of expensive, innovative new tech coming in. So how do you pay for it all? With budgets getting squeezed, the market is having to get really creative to find new answers.
So one of the first big answers we're seeing is the fast rollout of these provincial reimbursement lists. Think of them as local-level catalogs of what the government is willing to pay for. And they're not messing around. By the end of 2024, more than half the provinces, 18 out of 31, were already on board, creating all these new local ways for products to get funded.
But these government lists take time. So while that's happening, another major player is stepping onto the scene, commercial health insurance, or CHI, and it's becoming a really critical way to get the latest devices into the hands of patients fast.
If you want to see what the future looks like, just look at Shanghai. It's a fantastic example. They launched this all-in-one platform that just seamlessly connects private insurance plans with the public healthcare system. It makes it super easy for people to buy and use these commercial plans.
Let's break down why this Shanghai plan is such a game changer.
It lets people use the money in their public insurance accounts to buy private coverage. The plan offers 100% reimbursement up to a pretty high limit, and this is the really important part. It specifically covers 5 innovative devices that aren't even fully approved in China yet. What this does, and this is the clever part, is it creates a direct pipeline to fund brand new tech, completely sidestepping the old, slower systems.
Okay, so you've got these massive headwinds and these powerful tailwinds all blowing at once. How on earth do you survive, let alone thrive in this environment? Well, it all comes down to being agile and really strategic about how you navigate this new world.
A huge piece of the puzzle is just understanding the new rules of the game. The government has laid out a super clear, step-by-step plan to get to full nationwide price transparency. It starts with standardizing medical codes, then building integrated platforms, all leading to one single transparent market. The companies that are going to win are the ones that are getting ready for this today, not waiting until it's already happened.
You know, in the end, there's this quote from the China MedTech Outlook report that just nails it. It's not about trying to fight the headwinds, and it's not about just hoping for tailwinds. It's about being smart, being tough, and being agile enough to handle both at the same time.
And that leaves us with one big final question to think about. In a market that forces historic price drops with one hand and fast-tracks breakthrough technology with the other, what's going to define the future? Is it going to be the relentless drive for lower costs, or will it be the incredible push for innovation that wins out? The answer to that is going to shape one of the most important healthcare markets on the planet for years to come.